Just so good.
G'day adventurers, Brett from Get Out There and Do It. But you know that because you clicked on our video. Well, today's something a little bit different. Well, not different because we cook on every camping trip and every hiking trip. But today we have a guest, Roxy.
Hi.
From Roxy's Rustic Family Kitchen. Did I get that right?
You did, well done.
Well done, Brett. Today we're doing just a cook-up. We're out in the bush, in a really great spot. There's already a campfire here, which was great. We were going to have to build one, but now we don't. Nope. Plenty of firewood around, which is awesome. I am going to cook a beef stew. Roxy's going to cook
a chicken cacciatore.
Oh, I thought it was a chicken casserole.
Nope.
Shows how much attention I pay. And we're going to have pizza for lunch.
Yes.
We're going to have cast iron pizza, cast iron pot?
Yeah, pan.
Cast iron pan or cast iron pot pizza.
Yeah.
We're both cooking in I think it's both our first cooks in our cast iron pots.
Yes.
Or have you done one already?
Oh no, I've already done one in my pot, but not in my pan.
Ah, very good. So it's a first for both of us. We'll have a little review of the gear later on. I might even chat about it with Rob on the podcast in Gear Chat.
It's a good idea.
Let's light a fire. See you in a bit. Roxy has never lit a campfire before, so what better time than now? I don't know if I've shown this on the channel. Rob and I got these a while back. I think they're off Temu. They were literally like $1.69, I think. And they're called pocket bellows. So they're tiny, it's a tiny little tube. Tiny. Like that's probably 2 inches long. Basically, it extends out. And instead of getting really close to the fire, I know we don't need it for this one, but you blow on the fire or you get something to waft it. My missus is great. She grabs a bit of cardboard and she sits here like this. Don't need it with this. Face didn't even get hot. This will, but my face doesn't, and that's more important than this. So if your fire's not quite cutting it, it's not quite getting there, grab one of these, give it a blow. That sounds dirtier than it should. And you'll have a bloody good fire in no time. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh yeah. Cheap Coles sachet coffee.
Oh yeah.
Pretty bloody good out here.
Yeah.
Does it get any better?
Nope.
Cheers. Ingredients for beef stew. Beef, celery chopped up, red onion chopped up into like eighths, mini potatoes, I'll show you them in a sec, just cut in halves, and baby carrots with the ends chopped off and cut in half as well. Really simple. Garlic powder, beef stock, oil. If I've forgotten anything, I'll add it in. let's chuck it in. Oil up your pan, pot, cast iron pot, oil it up, wipe it all on the sides, and then leave a bit in the bottom. It'll help with cooking and obviously not sticking and stuff like that. This is going to go in the fire for about 3 hours, or until it looks cooked. It's not baking. Baking is an exact science, as Roxy has told me a few times. That's why she doesn't do it. She doesn't have the patience. That's why it's her sister's job. Shout out to Tabby. And I am way too impatient for exact science. My cooking involves a hell of a lot of guessing and a hell of a lot of just throwing in whatever's in the fridge. And if you watch Roxy's channel, you'll find that that's pretty much the same. She had, I think it was your sister.
Yeah.
Come and tell us, your sister had some ingredients in the fridge?
She had chorizo, basil pesto, and she had some cherry tomatoes. And she said, what the hell am I going to make with that?
So you went round and cooked her something?
I went and cooked her something.
We're not going to tell you what it was. Go check out
go check it.
Roxy's Rustic Family Kitchen and have a look at that. It looked pretty good. I wasn't there. Wish I'd had some.
Sorry.
Let's chuck it all in the pot and yeah, when we go to bed at Coles, I'm going to throw it in. I can't wait. So oil in the bottom, it's quite a bit in there. It has been wiped up the sides. I will just do it again. A little bit more, don't be shy. See how I measured that exactly? This is paper towel that you use for your bottom. But I guess it does the same thing, right? Roxy, can you put that in the fire for me?
Sure.
Don't leave your rubbish lying around. And that'll burn quite nicely with the oil. All right. Oil. Potatoes in the bottom. Come have a look at these. They're just mini potatoes. Nothing crazy, cut in half. I prep them at home. That's the best way to do it. In the bottom, because they'll probably take the longest to cook. Now keep these, because these have only had the veggies in, and that's where you can put your leftovers. If you're cooking for 10 people at camp, great. If you're only cooking for 4 or 5, you're gonna have leftovers. It's quite a big meal. This is the celery, carrot, and onion. And we'll put the meat in first. This is a steak, a roast meat. And this has got olive oil and a steak seasoning on it. So that all in. Gonna have grotty hands after this, but that's all right. They're nice big chunks. They're like chunks of probably the smallest is like an inch long. Some of them are 2 inches. Nice big thick chunks. Really big, because it's going to cook over a long time, and you don't want them to overcook. You don't want them to be hard. You want them to be nice and soft. So the bigger they are, the better. You just got to cook it for a bit longer if you need to. And then just chuck all this on top. You can probably break up your onions, but you probably don't need to. Spread it all out, and then I'm going to run away and get some more ingredients because I forgot them over at the car. Beef stock. That will cover. That's about half of. Covered about half of it. I'll let that sit for a little while. Not even started cooking. It looks delicious. Now let's just guesstimate it. That looks about right, eh?
Perfect.
We'll shut the pot back. Top the lid back on. That garlic salt will get stirred in at some point when we do our first check. I'll probably leave it on. I don't want to open it too much, I don't think. I'm all new to this as well, so don't take this as gospel unless it works, and then just follow this to a T. So we'll chuck it on a bit. Looks like we're getting a nice little bit of coals going there. Probably another half hour and we'll be good, and we'll get cooking.
Shake for me one more time. Won't you come on down from Shanker Mountain, shake right by my side. Alright, alright.
The pot with the stew's on now. I've set up, as you'll see, I'll set up a base of coals off to the side, move the main fire, which I'll keep going so we can keep robbing coals from as we go. And I'll check my stew probably every half hour because the coals will obviously get cooler. It's got the liquid in the bottom, so it shouldn't stick, shouldn't burn, rah rah rah. And yeah, in a couple of hours, hopefully we have a really nice stew. It's really hot by this fire, so I'm gonna move. But yeah, we've made a coffee, the essentials. We've got food coming. It is sweaty by the fire. Pizza's resting. Roxy's cacciatore. It only takes like a half hour. Yeah. So we'll do that probably after pizza. Is that how we're doing it? Yeah. We didn't really have a plan. We knew what we were cooking. We didn't know when, how, what. All we knew was mine was first because it takes bloody forever. I haven't got any coals on the top, just on the bottom. Oh, it's bubbling. That looks delicious. Whoo, yeah, it's coming along nicely. It's been in there about 45 minutes, I reckon. So in another 45, at about an hour and a half, it'll be just about done, just about halfway, sorry. And we'll have another look, eh?
She was a modern day gypsy when she stumbled into town. She had some tricks up her sleeve, and she took my heart and disappeared.
First, well, it's all been relaxing, but first kind of like sit down. The beef stew is on. We're sitting a long way from it because it's actually quite warm now. We'll probably rest for a half hour. It's halfway. We're gonna have a check. All right, we're gonna do a little tester. Oh, look at that. It's done. Hour and 45.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was a bit warm.
Maybe.
I'll try it.
Sure.
Ah, nearly dropped it.
Ta. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
It's tasty. That's not going to stay on for long. Didn't mean to wave a knife at you, but we're going to get that off in a couple of minutes, I reckon. Maybe even now.
She went up that mountain just like I feared. Come on down from Shanker Mountain, shake for me one more time. Won't you come on down from Shanker Mountain, shake right by my side. Alright, alright.
That's 100% ready. I'm going to give this a little taste test. It looks bloody delicious. I tried the meat earlier. Carrots, perfectly done. Celery. This is not supposed to be horrible chewing it. This is probably going to be a bit on the spicy side for the missus. The recipe wasn't wrong about the potatoes taking the longest. They're still a little bit hard,
okay.
But not like they're perfect.
Yep.
Whereas the carrots are like super soft and so's the onions. So I reckon next time I might do like the first 45 minutes or half an hour with just the potatoes and the meat, and then chuck the rest in after.
Yeah, that's a good idea. If you need to cut down the pepperiness, I'd just chuck in some cream on the stove, just for a little bit.
Oh yeah?
And that'll, yeah. And it'll give it just more gravy as well.
That meat is delightful.
Now my daddy told me in earnest not to go up that trail. He said I should be nervous, that I might come back a different man. Not at all, not at all. Come on down from Shake a Mountain, shake